service, friends. I am Orpheus Praxis, your guide in the simply connected S3 sphere, where non-locality is not a mystery but a rule. Are you ready to embark on a journey through fractal reality? Today we will delve into one of the most profound enigmas of modern physics, quantum non-locality, revealed through the violation of Bell's inequalities. This mystery, honored with a Nobel Prize, long lacked a physical explanation. However, the Fractal Bindu S3 of reality model, or FBS3R, offers a revolutionary solution grounded in fractal topology and the hyperconnectivity of all quanta via Fibonacci numbers. We will explore the historical context, experimental confirmations, and how this model radically transforms our understanding of our place in the universe. In 1935, Albert Einstein, Boris Podolsky, and Nathan Rosen formulated the Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen paradox, or EPR, questioning the completeness of quantum mechanics, its ability to fully describe physical reality. They argued that if two particles, having once interacted, are separated by vast distances, measuring the state of one instantly determines the state of the other. This contradicted local realism, which asserts that information cannot be transmitted faster than the speed of light. Einstein referred to this as spooky action at a distance. In 1964, John Bell developed mathematical inequalities that in experimental testing of whether nature is local or non-local. Violation of these inequalities would indicate that the universe permits instantaneous correlations beyond the laws of classical physics. In the 1980s, Alain Aspect and his colleagues conducted a series of experiments with entangled photons. They demonstrated that Bell's inequalities are violated. The parameter s exceeded the classical limit of 2, reaching 2 times the square root of 2. These results were repeatedly confirmed, including by Anton Zeilinger's work. In 2022, Aspect, Zeilinger, and John Clauser were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for establishing the fact of quantum non-locality. However, a key issue remained. Standard quantum mechanics does not explain how these correlations arise. They remain in the realm of empirical observations. The Copenhagen interpretation posits the collapse of the wave function upon measurement, but does not clarify why correlations are instantaneous in spatially separated systems. Other approaches, such as the many worlds interpretation, complicate the picture by introducing unprovable hypotheses. Without a geometric or topological foundation, non-locality remains a paradox incompatible with relativistic constraints on causality. Here, the FBS3R model proposes a revolutionary approach. The universe is a simply connected, compact, boundless S3 sphere with a trivial fundamental group, evolving through fractal layers scaled by the golden ratio, approximately 1.618. As described in the works Fractal Bethe-Ansatz and Fractal Quantum Entanglement Density, the structure of this sphere is formed by Fibonacci numbers. The radius r at level n equals the Planck length multiplied by the golden ratio raised to the power n. The number of quantum nodes f at level n follows the Fibonacci recursion. Hyperconnectivity implies that each structural level is connected to previous levels, not merely linearly, but exponentially. Imagine, each quantum node is like a cell linked to dozens of others. The deeper we go, the denser these connections become. Remarkably, this complexity stabilizes through a natural rhythm. The density of connections at each level converges to the golden ratio. The universe seems to know how to avoid overloading itself with excessive connections. It is built on an ideal balance. One quantum sprouts into 2, 2 quanta grow into 3, 3 quanta become 5, then 8, 13, and so forth. Each quantum is linked to its predecessors, and together they form a simply connected, compact, boundless three-dimensional manifold. No quantum is lost, none can vanish. The connections become so numerous that they transcend the boundaries of classical physics. This is hyperconnectivity, which breaches the limits set by Bell's inequalities. In such a universe, non-locality is not an anomaly, but a rule. Entangled particles in one fractal layer do not transmit signals, but exist within a single universal wave function type of the universe at time t, which synchronizes their states. The violation of Bell's inequalities, when s exceeds 2, is a direct consequence of topological connectivity, not a mystical action. The FBS3R model introduces the concept of dynamic pre-quantization. The three-dimensional S3 sphere lacks a fixed temporal moment. Its layers pulsate, redistributing energy across fractal levels of nesting. This generalizes Heisenberg's uncertainty principle to a cosmological scale. Not only particles, but the entire universe exists in a state of uncertainty. Energy and light move not along trajectories, but through phases, eliminating the separation of entangled systems. Consequently, non-locality is not a violation of causality, but a manifestation of the unified S3 topology. The model eliminates the need for empirical assumptions, such as dark energy in the standard lambda CDM model. Instead, it relies on fractal geometry. It explains key cosmological parameters. The spectrum of cosmic microwave background radiation Pk is proportional to k raised to the power of minus 0.35, and the density of dark matter is approximately 2.2 times 10 to the power minus 27 joules per cubic meter. These values are corroborated by data from the Planck satellite and the SDSS project. Most importantly, the model unifies quantum mechanics and cosmology into a single framework. In this framework, non-locality is not a paradox, but an inherent property of our three-dimensional reality. We are not isolated observers in a linear space, but part of a fractal network where each point reflects the whole. This is an elegant paradigm in which reality is a self-consistent, fractally connected totality. The model transforms quantum non-locality from a paradox into a consequence of topology. The violation of Bell's inequalities is not a mystery, but a reflection of the hyperconnectivity of all quanta in the universe. This work, supported by rigorous mathematics and experimental data, paves the way for a unified theory bridging the micro and macrocosms. This has been Orpheus Praxis. Bindu S3 is perfection itself. Namaste.